because you got to know where your information sits in the big pool of information. And some people cater their stuff to every crowd. Some people cater themselves to the intellectual crowd. And from what I see, some people just don't care who they cater themselves to. They just griping or complaining. But I'm gonna tell you what I've noticed. My wife and I, we had a real good discussion about this. I've noticed that most of the cats that promote all this interracial relationships, you know, leave the black women alone. They effed up. I can't mess with no black woman. Now granted, they always get a disclaimer, it's not every black woman, but I think it's where you live at is where your black women are fucked up at. So, let me get my thoughts together. I'm gonna say this. The thing that I find out that's funny, maybe they're not telling nobody, but most of these cats that complain about sisters, boys got all that. Most of the cats that complain about sisters, they're not married. And I guess maybe you're supposed to complain if you're not married to a sister. But the thing that gets me, as for those of us who dibble and dabble in some vanilla jello pudding pops, take it how you want to take it, dog. I don't see longevity in that. And the reason why I don't see longevity in that, because once they get used to your sex, it's some type of strange competition going on. You know, with a black woman, once she believes in your capabilities and she trusts you and she knows that you're gonna do the ABCs, affection, belief in communication, and you're gonna protect her and the assets that come out of the house, which is our kids, man, you pretty much on easy street. And maybe as cats don't, you know, I've been assaulted by a black woman before. I've been punched in the mouth by a chick. She knows who she is if she watches this. But the thing that I had a hard time with, man, she was like 5'2", 120 some pounds. I was shocked and amazed because I got my lip fucked up. Like, oh, dog, you got hit by a bitch? Well, hey, call it what you want to call it. I'm not the type of cat to put my hands on a woman. All I did is I left her alone. The thing that really pissed her off is I called the cops and got a restraining order put on her ass. That pissed the motherfucker off. You put a restraining order on a woman, they gonna call you a faggot, bitch, nothing, all sorts of shit. But as far as my bad experience, I've had the trouble right around as a teenager with the hygiene thing with some sisters. You know, this smell I ain't fucking with. Well, you know, at 15 and 16 things happen. But all in all, what I look at, it's not the brother's fault that sisters are fucked up. It's not the sister's fault that brothers are fucked up. And strangely, I can't put this on a gender group, but I can put this on a time period. The real problem with the black race, and I think, who says it? I think it's Rick Scorpio. Oh no, the mayor of Blacktown. He has a good point. All the way up until 1963, 1965, we were doing great. And then something happened. Whether it was the athletes and whether it was the actors, something really fucking bad happened. I'm like, what happened in 1963 to 65? I think we were coming from Vietnam or still part of Vietnam. I think it was the civil rights movement going on. I think it was the upper echelon where we really had high black leadership. Not black leadership that just had a telecast. And I'm gonna take my man's word. When you have a telecast and you're not building nothing, you're not putting down some infrastructure, if you're not laying the groundwork for anything good to come of it, you just talking. You doing what I'm doing right now, you just talking. But unlike those people that just talking, I work with kids in the cities in downtown St. Louis, teaching them MMA, teaching them how to communicate properly, teaching men how to cook. You know, giving them skills where they don't need a woman. And young ladies, teaching them to be respectful of themselves. The ones that do listen. Get them to remove the weave out of their head. Rock their own hair. Gel it up, blow it out. Be proud of your little shaky ass afro. You know, do something cool with your hair. Because this hair, you can do something, you can do a lot of things with this hair. If you look at the sisters from, I'll say 1890 to 1945, you'll start to notice that regardless of the exploitation films, black people weren't playing around back then. There was a lot of business, Black Wall Street, Oklahoma, cabs, bus drivers. And the only thing they can tell you about small incidents in Mississippi, Texas, and Wilmington, North Carolina. And these are not small, these are big incidents. What's my thing that I'm not figuring out? Today, presently, if a white, Caucasian male or female says we don't serve African Americans, why buy they shit? What the fuck are you like? And you gotta say, okay, well, how many black stores do we have? Do black people cater to black? We got most Indians and Asians. You can go throughout the whole planet without buying anything from white. You may be buying from Indians and Asians, but you can go the whole planet without buying anything from white folks. That includes you Negroes that shop at Walmart all the time, getting all these great deals as it devaluates the dollar. But in 1963, 1965, man, something bad happened. I think it was the women's liberation movement. I think it was the assassination of the Black Panther Party. I think it was the strength building of the FBI, the Central Intelligence Agency, the U.S. Marshal Service, and the overwhelming development of the police academy. Also, pushing drugs into the hood or low-income neighborhood. That's the so-called pro-world. But I think that was, I can't say I know, but I think that was the biggest issue. And my biggest point I was saying, all these brothers saying fuck sisters and the hell with sisters, none of these brothers are married. And, you know, some of the petty anti ghetto gagger sisters got stuff to say like, yo, mama black. Well, to me, it's genocide. If you can't find a good sister to procreate with, and most of the sisters can't find a good man, they just get loaded up by the ignorance in society, you are ruining the race. You know, if there's anything such as black pride or black power, you are ruining your own race. Ooh, this is going to be a dangerous turn. I might flip my motherfucker. Let me see if I can drift this thing. Anyway, y'all ain't here to tie it. Anyway, my mind is all over the place because I want to be constructive. I don't want to go on a rant. Trying to be peaceful now. I don't want to have all these anger issues. But the thing that I've noticed is that the most ignorant males get to appropriate the most. And men or brothers like me who've been married for 15, 16 years, got 3 or 4 kids in a stable household, we're having a controlled number of family. But as my kids get older, these single moms that ain't shit and these so-called baby daddies who ain't there, my kids will have to deal with these motherfuckers. That's right. I'm done. At 40, whatever you can tell me might change me a little bit, but I'm set in my ways. Most women are set in their ways. But if you're ignorant to set in your ways, man, that's especially if you don't know you're ignorant and you set in your ways, that's some bad shit. Like a lot of the kids that I teach, they always talk about World Star Hip Hop and Facebook and the social media, and none of the information on there is intelligent or they're not passing any good information. So most guys in my peer group, they're either griping, complaining, or they're trying to give them some good information to people. But these kids, the latest dance, World Star Hip Hop, somebody get hit in the mouth, it's like there's a lot of circulation of violence. I mean, a lot of circulation of violence. To the point that it's addictive. I mean, I'm a fighter. I like to see it like get hit in the mouth every now and then. But not to the point where it just overwhelms my life. Here's the problem with us. Men need to sit back, women need to sit back. I think the main ones on YouTube that are really saying the most, statistically, it's somewhat sound. But what exactly is statistics? Remember I told you before that they only gain statistics through when you vote every 4 years. But does the statistics ask you about your relationship? Yes. It asks if you're married. It asks how many children in the household, are you the head of the household? They ask these things and then they can summarize, well, how do they know if you're in a long-term relationship? Or you're in love with somebody who's about to get a divorce? I don't know. But white women are having just as much issues with marriage as black women are. If you look at the feminist movement, when you really look at it, 2/20 of the feminist movement is African American women. Not a lot of Hispanic, Latinos, and whatever Jewish means, I don't know. But you don't see a lot of them in the feminist movement. They try to have themselves a husband movement. But you see a lot of white women in the feminist movement walk around with their tits out. In gay we trust, fuck God, hating on their body. Like, wow, that's a brave motherfucker, Jack. And like I told you before, the gay and lesbian is an agenda that's meant to happen because it lowers the population and puts heterosexuals in check on what's really important. For all those guys out there that like to stick and fuck everything they can find. And that's cool, but don't make them feel like you just stick and fuck everything you find. Now to know what's up from the giddy up, you know, if y'all just gonna have friendly sex, nobody should catch an STD or ass whooping or a baby from it. Same way with ladies. If you're trying to, oh, he's a good catch, and the first thing you want to do is just get pregnant by him, man, you so wrong. And then you get a star athlete like LeBron James, who don't even know his daddy is, but he cussing about talking about my daddy ain't shit. Motherfucker, you wouldn't be dunking or playing, you wouldn't be that tall or that athletic if it wasn't for your daddy. For all you niggas in the NBA and NFL, your mama ain't had shit to do with your talent, whether naturally or trained. It was the coaches at your fucking school, and it was your sperm donor ass father who gave you your fucking attributes. There, I said it. But I think it's the location where people live at. If you live in a fucked up area, like Tommy lives in Atlanta. Come on, man, he ain't gonna never be able to say nothing good about sisters in Atlanta. There's so many gay, lesbian, stupid, fat, dumb, cake-dressed, ignorant women in Atlanta, and the rest of them are business women you never get to see. And of course, strippers. Most of these cats are talking about where I live at, black women are doing this, black women. So you live in a low-income area. I just can't see having kids from anything but black women. That's just me. That's my opinion. I ain't got no problem. But a lot of these cats out here that's talking about dating outside the race, man, y'all just fucking. Y'all ain't investing in no future with no woman. And a lot of cats like, well, marriage is expensive for a man. Yeah, you gonna be in the club till you 40, 50, but when your motherfucking gears start to go out, your back is hurting, you start catching pneumonia because all the eating and drinking, your body ain't right, who's gonna be taking care of you? That woman you asked to be your wife. Ladies, and this is if the shoe fits, wear it. A lot of you ladies are ladylike women. You know how to do whatever you need to do and keep people out of your business too. But I will say this, for you gutter hoes, the reason why you're fucked up and your daughter's gonna be fucked up is because your mama's was fucked up. Somewhere around the 1950, 1960, if your mama was single and doing a baby mama drama, you stemmed from that bitch. Yes, you did. And you stemmed from the nigga that stuck that bitch. As good or as sorry he may be, because most women, if you look at them, like look at Muhammad Ali's beautiful daughter. Most women, when you look at them, they favor their father on the outside, but they got mama on the inside. And all I'm simply saying is this. You can blame men all day. You can blame other women all day. But your problems are with your parents. If you're fucked up and you can't get married, you can't find a man, you don't know how to find a man, your mama couldn't teach you that shit if she was in the same situation. Her mama couldn't teach her if she was in the same situation. Now you do have some women that come from a two-parent household, and men that come from a two-parent household. But if you didn't have a father, young man, you don't know how to be a motherfucking man. You think you do. But being a young man, being a man is more than just rims and dick. It's more than that. It's teaching your children survival skills, whether interior or exterior. But ladies, no generation has ever succeeded without its women. And I'm telling my sisters right now, only if the shoe fits. For those of you who say, I don't need a man, I don't want a man, just think about when you turn 60. With this infectious disease, this cancer that can't be cut out, it's gonna become. Just think about how it's gonna evolve. A lot of y'all gonna be looking crazy as fuck. This gay and lesbian thing's gonna be so powerful, most heterosexuals gonna have to go and fake that they're gay just to stay heterosexual. Because there's probably gonna be laws passed saying a man won't gay whole hand. Last but not least, think about what this bullshit's gonna evolve into. You saying you don't want a man, abortion, children, and all that shit, somebody should have aborted your ass. Think about that. Somebody would have aborted you, you wouldn't have a fucking opinion right now. Just think about the kinetic energy of the choices you make. And you need to go talk to your mama while you fucked up. Fellas, you need to go talk to your father and your mama while you fucked up. Because you need two parents to raise a successful child. Holla, gotta go home.